Nothing can stop Robocop. Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. Today, I'm checking out one of the bad guy vehicles from KENNER's line of Robocop toys in 1988, the Skull Hog. KENNER's Robocop and the Ultra Police toy line was based off the 1980s animated series, which in turn was based off the 1987 live-action movie, which, until today, still holds up as one of the most absolutely fucking violent movies of all time. Looking back, I consider myself lucky to have seen the original Robocop on the big screen right here in Malaysia when it came out in 1987, and until today, it's still on my permanent list of top 10 favorite films ever made. Some years ago, I was also fortunate enough to meet the film's main villain, Clarence Buttiker, himself as played by Kurtwood Smith when he was down in Malaysia to promote a TV series. Now, Kurtwood is a really nice guy in person. There's no sign at all of the evil crime boss of old Detroit who shotgun blasted Peter Weller to 100 pieces in the movie. The KENNER toy line that came out was one of the absolute highlights of the 1980s in terms of toy collecting. In addition to the main cast, KENNER also did a range of really awesome vehicles, like the Ecto one here. Sorry, did I say Ecto one? I meant the Robo one vehicle. The Robo one police cruiser vehicle that Robocop uses in the cartoon. This thing was just fantastic. They also put out this really nice and huge ass Robocopter, which I suspect was also retooled for their Jurassic Park capture copter that came out later. Anyway, this flying beast is just awesome. But the absolute standout of the line for me personally has got to be the ultra-massive mobile prison system, the Robo Jailer. Man, look at this thing, guys. Just look at this thing, alright? Is that a wow right there? Or is that a wow? You know what? KENNER made some really awesome, huge vehicles for the good guys, but somehow they only put out one single ride for the villains. Okay, the villains only got one single ride, and it's this puny little cycle called the Skull Hog. The packaging box for the Skull Hog has the vehicle blazing into action in a burst of gasoline and fury. Now, I like how this whole box is framed by a really nice black border. It just makes the whole thing look so striking. And the thing about KENNER is that they always had this great painted artwork on the box, and then they use real photos of the actual toy, like all around the box, okay, to show you everything that the toy could do. Over here we have an original price tag sticker from Toys R Us, probably a store in the US because this currency is in the USD. $5.99. This thing, $5.99 back in the 80s, I'm not really sure was that cheap, but for something this size, yeah, I mean, I guess it was pretty affordable. On the box back, you get something that dates back to the days of KENNER's mass vehicles. You get like a photo blueprint that identifies almost every critical part of the vehicle. I always appreciated this aspect of the packaging because, it just pointed out stuff like, like the front struts of the vehicle could turn. It always made the vehicle seem more important than it actually was. Over on the side here, we get a mini bio for the Skull Hog. It says here, the Vandals used the mean Skull Hog to carry out crimes. Well, of course they would, right? The gang leader, Headhunter, can make quick getaways on the Skull Hog and uses its deadly cruise missile to destroy anything in his way. Can Robocop and the Ultra Police stop this terrible street machine? Well, guys, looking at the size of this thing, I'd say that's no problem at all. Inside the box, the cycle comes disassembled and kind of just looks like a jumble of cheap, broken plastic parts. If a child got this as a gift, I can imagine that he or she would probably be reduced to tears just looking at this pitiful plastic mess. But it's just like a jigsaw puzzle. It needs to be assembled to become something beautiful. Now, the front section with the handlebars and the front wheel connects to the main body with what is probably the flimsiest of tabs, alright? I'm honestly shocked, okay? But then what you gotta do is kind of like slap on the missile, the cruise missile in place. And then once you got that in there, all you gotta do is just lock it in. And it probably helps it look a whole lot better. All right. So yep, here's the Skull Hog, fully assembled and ready to rock. Now, from a certain angle, I can see how this thing could definitely be perceived as a menacing street machine. Yeah, that's right. But at the same time, it also probably could be something that would just fall apart if you just leaned on it a little bit. Just like a lot of the stuff that Kenner was putting out in the 80s, the use of stickers is quite prominent in order to help bring out the vehicle details. Now, I like the look of the front visor here, and it kind of looks like a pair of demon eyes are staring at you. The other stickers on the side here have a reflective fall surface that sort of gives it a shine. Now, there isn't really a lot of detail on the rest of the vehicle, and I hate the fact that this thing comes with plastic wheels, right? The least that we could have got was rubber wheels. Having said that, it still rolls around smooth, okay, as you can see here. Yeah, you can get this guy just rolling about, rolling up and down. Yeah, just roll him around. One thing you could count on with the old Kenner toys is that their spring-loaded missiles really did pack a punch. Check this out. Shit. It's jammed. Okay, you know what? Let's give it another go, shall we? Alright, okay, check this thing out. Fuck. What's going on here? You know what? Let's just reset this thing again. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Check out that missile just fly to the air. Totally satisfying. Let's check it out again. Yeah. Look at that. Awesome. The rider of the Skull Hog is Headhunter, leader of the Vandals. Not to be confused with the guy that helps recruitment agencies look for job candidates. Nope, not that guy. Headhunter looks like he should have been included together with the set since his face is plastered all over the packaging box. But no, just like the disclaimer on the packaging says, figures sold separately. Which is a shame because having him as a bonus figure would have really improved the value of this set. Now, Headhunter as a character looks decent enough. I mean, he's kind of a rugged, macho-looking dude. But I kind of find it interesting how the packaging box kind of goes all out to make him look really gnarly and evil-like. Look at the expression there on his face. It is just brimming with just so much malice, all right, so much hatred. And the instruction guide actually goes an extra mile to make him look sort of demonic. And I just find it really funny looking at this picture here. This illustration has him kind of looking like he's really squished up there on that bike, right? He looks pretty small on the Skull Hog. What do you guys think? Now, the figure fits well enough on the Skull Hog itself, but because of the fact that he's got pretty limited articulation, especially in the legs, his knees don't bend, so he kind of looks a little bit weird, But I suppose it depends on the angle in which you kind of have him displayed or posed in. And I suppose that he's pretty okay, I guess. It seems to look dangerous and threatening enough from a certain angle. Come quietly or there will be trouble. I don't do quietly, asshole. Okay guys, so that's my look at the classic KENNER Robocop Skull Hog cycle. A pretty flimsy and overall cheap looking vehicle, but you know what, it's still pretty fun in a nostalgic way. And as retro collectors out there, you guys might still need him for your collection. So hey, let me know your thoughts on him in the comments, and I'll catch you guys again real soon with more videos. Thank you and take care. Your move, creep.